first YouTube video. Okay, so I will share this story with you. Many years ago, I was reading a book that a academic counselor gave to me when I was pursuing academic knowledge at an academic university. The book was entitled The 7 Habits of a Highly Effective People, and it was a very effective book, and it talked about a lot of principles and habits that effective and successful people uh, held on to, displayed, um, used in their lives. And there was a certain story in the book about a man who had gone to a counselor, I guess a marriage counselor, to seek some guidance for his marriage that had gone awry. And the gentleman says to the counselor, he says, "Sir, my wife and I have been married for a period of time now, and our marriage is falling apart. Uh, I no longer love her. She no longer loves me. We have both gone to counseling collectively, counseling separately, bought books and listened to tapes, DVDs, sought the counsel of our friends and family. We've gone above and beyond to salvage what feels like has been broken, but we can't seem to love each other. I don't feel love towards her, and she no longer feels love towards me. We have fallen out of love for each other. So I come to you now to ask you, what do you advise I should do? What can we do at this point?" So the counselor, marriage counselor, this gentleman is, the psychologist, he, he's not new to this, to this kind of an issue. So he spoke out of his extended wisdom. He had been a counselor for a period of time again. So he simply told the gentleman, he said, "Sir, I hear what you're saying, and it's unfortunate that you have experienced such a thing. No marriage should have to go through that. Marriage, in and of itself, is a very difficult thing. But no two people who chose to spend the rest of their lives together should ever have to go through anything like that. So this is what I would advise you to do." The counselor told the gentleman, he said, "I would advise you to love her." The gentleman was kind of taken back. He said, "Love her? Sir, did you not hear what I just told you? I explained to you every single thing that we have done. We have gone to counseling. We bought books. We watched tapes. I no longer feel love towards her, and she no longer feels love towards me. I'm coming to you now because I hear that you're a world-renowned marriage counselor, and you would have some wisdom for someone like me. What would you advise me to do?" Okay, we need the light. Okay. The counselor again, he said, "Sir, I hear what you're saying, and to be completely honest with you, it's not something that I haven't heard before. As you've known, as you've also stated, I've been in this field for a very long time, so I know a little bit about counseling and marriage. But there's a foundation that needs to be laid, and I would encourage you to simply love her." By this time, the gentleman is a little taken back. He said, "Love her? Oh, what are you saying? I mean, you're just repeating yourself. I told you that I no longer feel love towards her and she no longer feels love towards me, that we have fallen out of love for each other. The counselor says, okay, sir, I hear you again. I hear you, okay? This is what I mean when I say to love her. This is what I mean. I would encourage you to be patient with her, and I would encourage her to be patient with you. I would encourage you to be kind to her, and I would encourage her to be kind to you. I would encourage you to be gentle with her, and I would encourage her to be gentle with you. I would encourage you to be meek with her, and I would encourage her to be meek with you. I would encourage you to listen to her, and I would encourage her to listen to you. I would encourage you to bear all things, believe all things, hope all things, endure all things. I believe, this is the counselor speaking, I believe that if you continue to do these things continually, over and over again, for better or for worse, for sickness or in health, to death do you part. I believe the feelings that you once had, you will regain, and they will be more substantial because of the work that the both of you have done to nurture what is love. Love is like a tree planted by the rivers of water. The tree receives the water from the river, receives the sunlight, nurtured by good soil. In time, the fruit will grow. The feelings that we get from love, sir, the counselor says, the feelings that we get from love is not love itself. It's a byproduct of what love actually is. Feelings, like emotions, like the wind, they come and they go. But when something has been worked for and worked through, when someone has been patient and listened to continually, you are basically feeding that tree. You are giving it sunlight, you are giving it water, you are nurturing the soil so that the roots can have a foundation to embed themselves into. And that's what love is. So I believe, sir, the counselor again says to the gentleman, I believe that if you do all these things, if you apply that energy and that pressure, if you apply the work, if you do what it takes, I believe that in time the feelings will return and remain. Remember, the feelings that we get from what we think is love is not love. The feelings are the fruit, true feelings, because I also know that people tend to be emotionally connected very quickly. They allow themselves to be emotionally attached. Oftentimes that emotional attachment is due to a lack or a void, mainly, that a certain physical touch or word might fill or manipulate in that moment. But those things don't last. The honeymoon stage does not last. It has to be beyond a feeling. It has to be a commitment. It has to be a zeal. It has to be a passion, an unyielding passion, an unwavering desire. That's what love is. Love in a relationship, love towards each other. That agape love, that divine love, spiritual love, where it seeks that you are benefiting from the other person's growth, and that they are also benefiting from your growth, and that they would make room for you to grow, that they want you to grow internally. They want you to heal, that you both seek healing. All these things are necessary. It's not easy. It takes work. And it would be best if you did that work prior to inviting someone else into that space, if in fact you yourself haven't been fully healed. The people today, they all seek to be in relationships, they all seek love, they all seek affection, but affection and that type of form of love, there are different degrees of love. But that kind of love is not everlasting. It's like the wind. You feel it when it's present, but you also know that it will go. It's a fleeting thing. It's a sensation. Most people confuse love with a sensation. Love is not a sensation. Love is a commitment. Eternal love is a commitment. For God so loved the world that God was committed to you. God loved you before you loved Him. Loves you still. And always. Love is just like that powerful. So, ladies and gentlemen, each day is Valentine's Day, so I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day on this day. As I kind of reflect on my life, every time I celebrate my birthday has always been a time of reflection. I've always sat back and thought over the years of how far I've come and how much I've grown, all the experiences that I've had, all the lives that have impacted mine, and maybe mine have touched someone's somewhere, you know. Oh man, that's the whole goal. It's just to reach out and touch somebody's hand, make this world a better place if we can. I know it's not easy, but if it's worth fighting for, which it is, healing is worth fighting for, wholeness is worth fighting for, fight the good fight. I don't want to flex on them too hard now. So that's, every time around my birthday I'm reminded. That book that I read, The 7 Habits of a Highly Effective People, I read it about 10 years ago. And I'm all the better for it. That story stayed with me. What love is always with me. Love should be what you see in the mirror. It should be. It should be. Learn to love what you heal, what you see. The greatest gift you can give yourself is healing. Because once you become whole, it affects how you see everything around you. And it only makes you better able to love those around you. and to love the one who is destined to love you on this earth. But love always loves you, ladies and gentlemen. There is a love that is everlasting. And for us who believe, it's Jesus Christ. There is no greater love than the love that God has for those who He loves. And He loves you. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you are, who you might be, what you think you might be, what you've done, what you're doing. God is faithful. God is able. He's done it for me. He's done it for me. And if He can do it for me, I know He will do it for you. God bless you. I love you. Strength and honor forever and always, in all ways. Peace and love.